Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Jamie and today we're building the Intermountain cylindrical hopper. So it's a Canadian style if you're wondering, and it's got this beautiful Alberta hedge fund. I'm hopefully going to get a couple more either Intermountain or Walters ones so I can build a bit of a CPU train up with it. So what I'm going to be doing is starting with the trucks, working on the top body, and then hopefully I can figure out how much weight I'll need from there, and then we can work with it. So additionally, I do have some middle wheels, and in a corner somewhere I do have my KD couplers somewhere. But anyway, so I'll let future me start talking, and I'll get to work. Hopefully enjoy this video, and I'll give you a bit of my conclusions at the very end, whether this amount of work is really worthwhile compared to, let's say, a brand new Walters kit or an Intermountain. Alright, thank you. In conclusion, it has been an experience. And when you hear someone say that, you don't get the vibe of, oh, it must be a fun experience. Nope. It was not a fun experience. Bluntly, I don't like the instructions. And the kit actually itself is quite good. But the instructions, God, I hate text instructions. Text instructions are fine on a kit that isn't, as complicated as this. If I told you to build a model plane with written instructions, trust me, you're going to put the, flaps in the wrong places, and, okay. I'll structure this a bit better. My biggest complaints, okay, is it, and it's all related to instruction parts. So I've got the instructions in my hand, and, okay. The instructions are all text. There is a diagram, but it's not a very good diagram, right? It's not the same quality as what you'd expect in an Accurail. It's not the same quality you'd expect out of a model kit for airplanes or tanks or ships. It's not that. It's all writing. And writing is all good, until you have to get very detailed instructions on where to put something, right? And I don't like that, especially for the money I paid. I didn't like how much I did. And couple the fact that, there are things missing from it, right? And it's not like this kit is any cheaper than any other. So, off the bat, that's not a good sign. Okay. Now, the other big complaint is the parts list. Unlike a lot of other kits, you do a tank kit, aircraft, ship, railroad, hell, even an Atlas kit, right? Even your Atlas. Right? Everything is numbered on the sprue, everything has a letter, and if not, sometimes it will give you a bit of a hint in the instruction sheet. Now, the parts list will tell you stirrup sets, W. Now, on the diagram, it will show you somewhat what W looks like, right, if you comb through it. But it would be nice if you just had a diagram, like a normal kit, W on the thing. Tell me which one is W, on the diagram, tell me where I've got to put it. And the reason why I bring this up, and I'm really is because I have, recently I got had a bit of a nice day at the hobby shop, and I got a couple model kits. I'm looking forward to building them. And I know it's not a chore, right? The parts fit well on this kit. But it's a chore to read the instructions. And I don't, and look, if the instructions are a chore, building it is a chore. You're gonna sit there and go, oh, do I really want to do this? And you really want to get this done. Right? It's actually turned out really, really nice. Honestly, the actual quality of the kit itself is good. I'll get into a few of the nitpicks later on. But overall, painful. And I'm sure someone else will say it's not that bad. But it shouldn't be like that, not for what I paid. And the argument is, Accurail didn't do that. Right? The Bowser Caboose I did, it wasn't like that. And it's a little bit disappointing, you know? I love Intermountain products, but I find the instructions are shit, bluntly, you know? Because, you know, and I will rag on about this because the instructions aren't very detailed. So if you're trying to figure out, you know, where you put, let's say, some of the side steps, you might be able to figure it out from the kit. But honestly, I figured out most of this from looking at photos. Is that a bad thing? No, but photos aren't very good in a lot of ways. Because most of the photos I found didn't show you the brake end. So it's very hard to figure out where all of like your triple valve and all that goes. That's not good. That is not good at all. Right? Okay. I feel like I ranted on about the instructions. Let's go on to the part and the quality of the plastic itself. Plastic quality is very good. You know, I've got no complaints. The other thing is, you know, it sands well. I don't have a genuine complaint about that. The actual part fitment, a little bit fiddly at times, but I didn't have too much worry. The only thing is, I noticed some of the pieces were a little bit warped. Just a tiny bit, but nothing too big. What I mean by that is, in my actual, I don't know if it shows in the first impressions video, but some of the roof hatches are a little bit bent. Nothing like super major, you can bend them back. But overall, pretty good, right? Everything's really sharp. It's what you'd expect out of a quality kit, but what really does annoy me is you're paying the same price as an Accurail kit, actually probably even more, to be honest. On eBay at the moment, you can get an Accurail kit in Australia a bit, about $5 to $10 cheaper. And yes, is Accurail as nice as this Intermountain kit? No. The pad printing on the actual Intermountain I find a little bit better. And the actual color quality is actually much better, It's not as translucent. I got a whole batch of Norfolk and Western coal hoppers. The white isn't as sharp, but on this Intermountain kit, the actual yellow is really sharp. Actually doesn't have much bleed through, so I'm pretty happy there. But another thing that really upsets me about this kit is it's a little bit more expensive than your regular Accurail kit, right? I'd be okay with that if it still had, the bare necessities. And what do I mean by that? Weight. And why don't I talk about this? Fishing sinkers isn't, it's not that hard, or lead shot. Yeah, you're right. But I still had to go down to a shop and buy some. Right? It's annoying. When you buy a kit, right? You should be able to get everything you want in it. The fact that there wasn't any couplers in the kit at all, and I can excuse, having plastic wheels and all that, but I can't really excuse the lack of a coupler. The reason why I say this is a lot of people are happy with regular plastic couplers, more so than just, metal wheels and all that. And why is that? Frankly, it's just because a lot of people are going to notice the benefits of metal wheels way more than, upgrading to knuckle couplers. So it is very disappointing that, you open the kit and you go, oh, back to this shop again. Then I gotta buy, a set of medium shank KDs. Problem? No. But it means you gotta spend a bit of extra money. Because what's that? $6-8? It starts adding up. So the kit is a little bit more expensive. And then you gotta go out to the shop realizing, hey, there's no couplers, so you gotta spend an extra $8 on it. And you're just like, really? And it does lead up to a disappointing experience overall. Because, bluntly, I mean, like I said, when you buy a kit, you expect everything to be there. And it feels like this kit is a little bit half done. Imagine if you bought some furniture and they told you to go back to the place you went to buy the screws. Or, stuff like that, that's really disappointing. Because there's no indication on the box at all. So if you pick this up in a pre-owned shop, unless you open up the box and read the instructions, it's not going to tell you. Right? For example, it is the third line in the instruction kit. It doesn't say in the recommended tools. Doesn't say anywhere on the parts list. So that is a big problem because you're going to buy this kit and you don't know. And, okay, the truck thing. So let's get down to how everything sort of fits together. So as we're watching this video sort of build, I mean, I'm not doing sort of a commentary on how I build it because, it's more about me giving you my thoughts on this, basically. And something I've also noticed is it's a bit of an unusual way to do the actual trucks. So unlike, let's say, Accurail, any other, truck manufacturer, the trucks are in 4 pieces. So what does that mean? So, they are a little bit, so I did add in some glue to make sure it did actually, fit nice together. I wasn't sure if my Tamiya cement was doing anything. It didn't seem to start melting it very well, so I'm not really sure what's going on there. Bit annoying, what can you do? The other thing I did notice, which was, what was it? Well, the actual cement did work on a few things, the rest of the kit. What's my call? How do I put it? The parts are a little fragile, so what you expect out of kit. The actual detail on parts is actually quite good. I will give Intermountain credit where credit is due, because I feel like I've been really negative in this video about it. Overall, the kit is good. Right. And if you do have another Intermountain or Walter's hopper, it's actually very easy to build, because the major issue with this is you have no guide, basically. The instructions are a little bit vague, and having that extra Walter's hopper sort of helps you sort of figure out where to put everything. And that really, really helps in this case, because I really struggle trying to figure out, where triple valves or brake hoses go. It doesn't really explain it very well. So, yeah, to conclude, I feel like all you're getting is me being very negative about this. It's a good kit, but it's really hampered by the user experience, the actual instruction manual. I'll raise another part of this. The sprues are very condensed, and what do I mean by that? It means that the actual, compared to, let's say, a normal model kit, there's a lot more room to actually put your side cutters in and, chop out the piece. In this case, the actual sprue gates are very tight. And what I mean by that, there's like an eighth of an inch, or in some cases. And the other problem I have is not very clear on what is the actual part and what is the actual sprue. That's a problem, because I accidentally clipped a few times, a bit too much than I should. That is a problem. You can figure that one out. What's another issue? Generally, it's just a tedious kit to build. Like, coupled with the instructions and it being extremely fiddly trying to put in all of the walkway supports, it is a tedious kit to build. I built some tedious kits, but this was just annoying. And having to look around on the internet for a good picture of where to put things, it's not a good experience, right? When I build a model tank, yes, I look at pictures of, for example, I've got an M2 Bradley coming up, I look at the pictures to motivate me, not to tell me where to put the pieces. The instructions do that. But in this case, it was the opposite. The pictures are there to help me figure out where to put things, and I don't like that. It shouldn't be like that, and you shouldn't be able to read. And the other part I don't like is just, like a guide for the part. That's annoying. So overall, I feel like I've really ranted in this video. I'm sure someone enjoys that. Overall, it's good parts, very detailed. It'll be a good base for weathering, that's for sure. Trucks are detailed, not much more than an Accurail one from what I know. For the extra work, I was a bit weirded out. Why so much work for something not much detailed than one of them? So trucks are good. Printed. The actual print is amazing, so I'll give them props on that one. Now the downside is it's not a complete kit, and it tells you, and there's no indication otherwise to tell you. The only indication you get is when you open the kit, and that's a problem, right? Because when you bought this at a model shop, you had an opportunity to buy everything you need for it. The problem is, you're not going to know until you come home, open the box, go, oh. So, figure that one out. Secondly, instructions are vague. The parts list is a bit crap. So, yeah. Thirdly, there's no actual reference on the actual sprue to tell you which part you are looking for. Like, for example, you're looking for part G6. There's no indication on the sprue of G6, right? There is a picture, not a very good picture, but there is a picture. For a lot of other parts, it's not very well done. So, as a whole, I'd appreciate better instructions. What's another con? Yeah, I think that's really it. Overall, it's a good kit if you got another piece of reference, like another Intermountain, or Walters, or even the Bachmann one. So it's good there. Not so much in the value part, I'd have to say. And from what I found, in some ways I should have just bought the actual Walters one, because that was a bit cheaper. They do make the same liveries, so a bit disappointing there. So, but I thought it would be quite a nice sort of topic to sort of, build, to be honest. I do enjoy building things. So, yeah, I'm hoping you'll get to see my cylindrical hopper train, my grain train, and yeah, I think it'll be fun. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and or a subscribe. I'll probably be doing a weathering video of this soon. But yeah, I'd say overall, okay kit. But there are things that really hamper it. But yeah, thank you, and hopefully you enjoyed your modeling experience today. And have a good day. Thank you.